Oh wow, 5 people already in. What's up, guys? Sorry for the delay. I got caught up with going away lunch for my coworker, but I'm here now, and hopefully everything is going all right. So yeah, feel free to ask me anything in the chat. Down to jam a little bit later on requested covers. Hello, Diego. Thanks for dropping by. First comment. Do you have any questions for me, Diego? Let's see who else is coming in. Oh wow, already 7 people in. All right. Maybe I'll just start jamming out on some songs. Let's see. What songs would you guys like to hear? Or if you guys want to hear any gear demos from me as well, I'm down to show off my pedal board a little bit. Which bass do I own is mine to go? Oh yeah, sorry AJ for the delay. I did not. I saw that you were typing earlier, but my to-go bass would be the Fender Deluxe. Is it Fender Deluxe PJ bass? I always forget the name. It's always has these intricate names. Fender Deluxe PJ Bass Deluxe. It's my green P bass, but let me see. Fender Special Edition Deluxe PJ bass. It's a Guitar Center exclusive. It lists for 900, but it goes on sale between 700 and 800. So let's see. That is the name of it. I've been playing bass. I've been playing bass since I was 13. So I've been playing bass for 14 years. Yeah, 14 years. I played guitar a year before that, but I haven't been terribly consistent with my guitar playing as much, but technically guitar is 15. And I started piano when I was 9 years old. So yeah, I've been playing music pretty much my whole life at this point. Oh, hey, Finn joined the chat. Thanks for joining the stream, Finn. And sorry if you were waiting like anyone else. Yeah, I got caught up with this awesome going away lunch for my old coworker. It's a Texas to Brazil. It was this like Brazilian barbecue with a American twist. It was really good. Actual Messiah. Oh, you found my cover of Skrillex from like 7 years ago. That was like my first time getting really creative with the covers. I remember that Scary Monsters cover. Man, that was. I only had an overdrive and a synth pedal, and if I watch back, I wish I had a fuzz because I used an overdrive for all the slides, and it just sounds way too crunchy. But the fuzzes, they sound a lot more smooth. Let's see. Let's see, AJ. Go to practice to advance skills the fastest. Scales, song learning. Well, there's a lot of different ways to get better at bass playing. It depends where you are, I guess, in your career. Because some people, bass isn't their first instrument. So, like for me, even though I was new to bass, I already knew 2 instruments prior. So I already had guitar background. So it's tough to say. Definitely scales, like the major and minor have gotten me pretty far. I haven't learned a ton of other scales, but definitely jamming with a full band because you cannot suck with the full band. So jamming with other people is a really good experience, even though I don't play with as many people now. Definitely recommend playing with other people if you can. Ear training is a good one. That's how I really improved after I was playing. After I stopped playing in bands, I was just doing YouTube full time, and honestly, it helps a lot to learn songs note for note. So that's also a good one. So let's see. How do I feel about My Chem getting back together? I am very excited for the My Chemical Romance reunion. Their show's tomorrow in LA, and I'm only an hour away, but those tickets were impossible to get. Honestly, it sold out within 3 minutes. I knew like 8 other people trying to get those tickets, and there was just no way to get those tickets. None of the other 8 people got the tickets. So I didn't feel that bad. I was like 80% sure I wasn't going to get those tickets in the first place. But yeah, their show is tomorrow. I'm going to post a My Chemical Romance cover tomorrow too. Vampires Will Never Hurt You. And then Mikey Way also has a new signature bass out. He posted it on his Instagram. He has this signature sparkle jazz bass similar to his Mustang. So yeah, that's very excited, and I hope they put out new music, and I will definitely be putting out covers if they release some new music. Do you like Wolfpack? Yeah, I do like Wolfpack. Well, I don't really listen to them, but everyone plays that song Deantown. Oh, shit. Faz, thank you for donating. Holy crap. Dang. Big donation, man. Thank you so much, Faz. And thanks for lunch. If you guys know Gamer King Faz, I used to work with him. We just went to lunch together, which is why I was late to the stream. But dang, thanks. That is super chat. I did not think I'd actually get any donations. But dang, dude. If you have any song requests, Faz, let me know, and I will be sure to play that since you donated. See, don't want it to be a one-person convo, but I'll shoot again. Gonna get a bass head for live shows. You know, that's funny. I don't actually have... I've always had combo amps when I've played my shows. So the biggest amp I played is just the Fender Rumble 500, so that's kind of my go-to. I looked into getting the Hardkey 500 back in the day, and also looked at the Fender Rumble 500 heads separated, but I don't actually have any head and cab amps. I just have combo amps. But that Fender Rumble 500 is super loud and super light at 36 pounds, and you can always add an extension cabinet to that. So I always highly recommend that cabinet because it is just freaking loud. Let me see. I thought I just saw a message about my go-to bass. Let's see. What is your song riff when trying out a new bass? That's a good question. Who is... let's see. There's a lot of different riffs. You know, it kind of changes between times. Like back in the day, obviously, I was playing Hysteria to impress people. Because Hysteria back in 2006 was like the craziest thing. It got me into my first band. What else is there? There's a song Bright and Right by Acid Man that I would play on a new bass. But I always try different things, you know, make sure the low notes sound good. Check the drop tuning's good. Harmonics. How versatile are the controls? So all of that. But usually when I play bass, it really depends on the songs I just covered within the past 2 months, because those, you know, sometimes you're at a guitar store and then you just kind of blank out on which riff to play. So that happens to me, and the only riffs I remember are the ones that I just covered. All right. Let's see. I have no idea how to actually navigate this live chat. This is my first time. Let's see. All right. Any songs you guys want to hear? Let me also promote this on my Facebook. I have not promoted the live stream here. But yeah, if you guys have any songs you guys want me to cover, let's see. Ooh, favorite Panic at the Disco song. Oh, to cover. Or do you mean favorite Panic at the Disco song in general? I really like the first album. Honestly, I saw them in February, and they only played I Write Sins from their first album. They didn't play anything else, and I was super disappointed because there's just so much teen angst in that album, and that was a really good one. But I also really like This Is Gospel. Is that the name? No, Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die. That is also one of their really good albums. That's I didn't really listen to their second or third album too much. Sorry, just sharing this on Facebook. Some Q&A. sure now. Let's see. Oh, that Frank Aero guitar in the background. Um, I got it off eBay. I was searching for it for the longest time, and here, let me get it right now. Yeah, so this guitar came out in 2012, and I remember I was on the fence about buying it just because it didn't have a full tone control knob. It just has this tone-matic kind of switch. But green's my favorite color, so I was on the fence, and then by the time I decided, it was already sold out. And I was really sad, and I didn't think about it because I was still in college and I wasn't making money, but I got it on eBay. I just kept looking. If you want this in green, you just gotta keep looking on eBay and reverb.com constantly, or else you're not gonna get it. So I think I've seen about 3 of these go on eBay this past year. So if you keep looking persistently, you'll find it. But you also have to make sure to search like international eBay sellers too, because if you search on eBay, it'll only show your country. So I was looking at like UK eBay too. But I don't actually know how to play Wonderwall Faz. I'm sorry. And also, this is a bass channel, not a guitar channel. How rude. Let's see. All right. Both for Panic at the Disco. All right. I'll play a Panic at the Disco song in a little bit, but let me just answer these questions first, AJ. All right. Let's see. I picked up guitar first and then bass. I was just into guitar. Guitar was pretty big back in the day, like 2003. Everyone was playing like Take Me Out, Seven Nation Army. What else? Like a lot of Weezer. So yeah, I was picking guitar up, and then after a year, I just kind of picked up bass, and I got into a band playing bass, and then I got into another band playing bass, and then it just kind of became my go-to. I just love the tone, I guess, of bass guitar, like that rock tone. But let's see. When playing your jazz or PJ basses, do you typically use both pickups? For my jazz bass, Quan, I do use both pickups. I rarely turn off the bridge pickup. For my PJ bass, I always used to use both pickups, but recently, the past like 5 months, I only use the P pickup. I don't know what it is. I just don't like the jazz pickup. But here's my bass. I'm actually going to switch this out. I want to put a Music Man pickup here. So the Music Man humbucker pickups like on the Stingrays. So I'm going to try to switch that out eventually, and also repaint this bass to like an emerald green. I just always wanted an emerald green bass. So that's in the works, kind of. Well, not really in the works, but let's see. All right. Do Pierce the Veil song. Or Arctic Monkeys. I don't know Arctic Monkeys, but I could try to do a Pierce the Veil song on here. But first, I'm going to do Panic at the Disco, because someone else asked for Panic at the Disco. Oof. And 2 pedals, Finn. If I were to pick 2 pedals, it would be my Sansamp bass driver for sure. That's my ride or die. And then the Green Rhino overdrive, because I also use that all the freaking time. So yeah, let me plug in my bass. I do not hear my bass coming out. Let's see. There we go. All right, let me look up. Man, I barely know how to play this song, so I'm just going to kind of try to wing it. But it happens. What is it? Hurricane. Oh, Pat and Chris, thank you for joining. Oh, Muse songs. All right, we'll see how many songs I can do. I got Panic at the Disco, Pierce the Veil, and Muse. I can do a Muse song since those are, I already know them. I'm trying to think of a Pierce the Veil song that I can play on the fly. It'll probably be a cover I've already done. All right, so let me move this. I just gonna do a little bit of Hurricane because I only know so much of the song. Let's see, and hopefully that sounds good. If it does not sound good, tell me otherwise. Hello? All right. That's pretty much all I know of that song. And even then, that was kind of like, fascinating. I hope you were happy with that cover, AJ. Let's see. What's been going on in the chat? Oh, thank you, Risha Liliane. I love you too. Thanks for joining. Wow. More people. And long-time viewer, happy to see your channel coming back and picking up. Thank you, Bianca. Yeah. I've been doing daily uploads this past month, which has not been easy. But 10 more days to go, and I have most of the covers done. Let's see. Chris, can you show which pedals you use for that? For that cover, I use the two pedals that I said would be the only two pedals on my pedal board. SansAmp. I do have pictures of my SansAmp settings on Instagram. My Green Rhino. If you look at my how to record bass covers, Chris, I do have my settings for that. But if you do want like specific settings for today, just message me on Instagram or Facebook, and I can get back to you for sure. If you are curious about that Hurricane. But yeah, hopefully that cover was half decent. All right, let's see. Can you do Wanted Darkness by Frank Iero? All right, I'll have to check that song out. I haven't actually listened to Frank Iero's song except there's that one song that starts with the bass in the verses. I forgot. And it's like they're all in white, and then it just becomes blood everywhere. I forgot what that song was, but that's like the only one I could like half-ass a cover of. Let's see. Kind of basic question, but do you prefer finger picking or pick? I prefer playing with a pick because I'm better at playing with a pick, and a lot of the music I play is with a pick, but I've been trying to do a lot more finger style playing because I'm really weak with finger style playing, and I'm not very versatile. Like my timing is just so much better with a pick, but if I really want to play some cool funky stuff, I have to learn how to play with my fingers better, like Bruno Mars and stuff. And then even Muse, like I don't have the stamina to play like Hysteria 2 times in a row. Like I just fatigue if I play with my fingers, which is not good. That's why I recommend always trying to be strong at both instead of just being strong at one. Let's see. Can you do Gain Control by Leftover Crack? Let me put that down over here. so I can see. Oh wow, geez, 20 people watching now. That's pretty good. All right. Sounds great to me. Can you do a cover of Dasher by Gerard Way? Dang, I'm gonna have to start putting a list of all these songs. There's a lot of songs people are doing. Oh man. All right. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know a lot of these songs, and I probably can't learn them on the fly. But I'll try my best to just keep a list of all these. Dasher, Gerard Way. I don't know that song, Dasher. Is that on his first album? End of the Summer. I did one Joyce Manor cover back in the day. I think something about falling in love. I had to play for another band. But someone did ask for Pierce the Veil. Pierce the Veil and Muse. And those are bands that I can cover. Let's see. This Leftover Crack, a Dasher, and End of the Summer. I do not know on the fly. I'll try to look at them, listen to them later, but I don't think I can play them right away. So let's Pierce the Veil. What's a good song to do by Pierce the Veil? I really want to do Bulls in the Bronx, but I haven't actually learned it yet. That's a cool song. Maybe I'll just do a little bit of King for a Day. Does that sound good? You requested Pierce the Veil earlier. Is that person still here? Let's see. Matilda Cool, are you still here? Oh, okay. You also requested Joyce Manor. Okay. All right, Matilda. I'm going to do King for a Day again 7 years later, even though I've already covered it. But hopefully it sounds better now. All right, as you can see, I kept forgetting the transitions, but I did a cover of that 7 years ago where I actually do remember the transitions, so you can check that cover out. But hopefully you enjoyed that cover, Matilda. Oh, and hopefully you can save up to get a bass. If you are looking for an affordable bass, I would recommend looking at Harley Benton. I haven't gotten one myself, but they're picking up a lot of steam, and they're making basses that are cheaper and better than Squires apparently. So I'd recommend checking that out. Let's see. So I put that in just so if you forget the name, Harley Benton. And thank you, Chris. I was messing up on the transitions, but hopefully you still enjoyed it. Let's see. Let's see. Any favorite classic rock bass lines? Under Pressure by Queen is a really good one. I guess if you consider them classic rock. I guess not everyone does. Carry On Wayward Son, which is a song I just covered. It's really more of a guitar riff, but that is just like the sickest freaking guitar intro ever. I don't know. That it always hits me every time. I always play variations of that when I do test out basses. Let's see. Oh, and then also not totally classic rock, but because I'm pretty sure in the Rock Hall of Fame with Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child of Mine, that bass intro that's fire. And thank you for admiring the cover, Sophia. All right, Chris, you wanted a Muse song. Any Muse song in particular? Because I know a lot of them. So if there's any Muse song that I haven't covered that you want to see me cover, now would be the time to ask. Because Muse was my second favorite band. Well, they were my favorite band for a while, but they're still like my second or third favorite band. Muse has been a big influence as to why I collect way too many pedals. I was just counting how many pedals I've gotten over the years, and I've gotten 40 effect pedals, so a little extra, but that's just me. So let's see. If you don't pick a cover, it's cool. I'll just pick a Muse song. No, I'm not going to the MCR show, Matilda, unfortunately. Those tickets sold out like in 3 minutes. I knew like 8 other people trying to get tickets, and nobody else got tickets to that show. So it's okay. I mean, I'm just glad they're back together, and I know they'll play in LA again because they're on LA. Ooh, Pat, you want Hysteria? But I'm gonna do a cover of Hysteria next month, and I've already done a cover of Hysteria. But yeah, I'm gonna do. Pat, my idea is I'm going to do a cover of Hysteria with the 10 fuzz pedals I have from my bass fuzz shootout. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be playing Hysteria, and then like every 20 seconds, I'm going to change to a different fuzz pedal. So I'll use like a dark glass for 20 seconds, and I'll use a hard key bass fuzz, the bass big muff. So that's my plan for my Hysteria cover. So I am sorry to deprive you of that, Pat, but it's coming. Let's see. Any other Muse songs people want to see that I haven't covered or got blocked by YouTube? Because anything from Drones will get blocked. The stream will be blocked if I cover anything from Drones, and then anything from the new album too. I forgot the name of the new album. That will also be blocked. So that's my only requirement. So if you want anything from The Resistance, I can try to jam it out. Anything from Absolution and Black Holes. Starlight? Yeah, I'll do Starlight. The band Camino. That sounds really familiar. Let me look them up. Why does that sound so familiar? Let me look. Okay, I think I've heard of this band because they sound a little bit like the 1975, but I have heard of them. Oh, thank you for joining the chat, Fitzroy. And that's cool. You're from the Caribbean. Well, yeah, hopefully you can start playing. I have tutorials on how I have my setup if you want to sound like me and my how I record bass covers. But yeah, all right, let me get set up for Starlight. The Starlight cover, it's a lot of people play the song wrong. They play it. Oh wait. They play it down here, which I guess is the right octave, but he uses an octaver the whole song, so really you should be playing it up here with an octave. So that's where I see a lot of covers going wrong. But I'll play a little bit of Starlight, and since it's easy, I guess I can try to talk and play at the same time. All right, Starlight. Thank you, Soga, for joining the chat too, and thanks for watching my Lasso cover. I love Phoenix. Oh yeah, the Camino band does sound like something Blake McConnell would listen to. It's definitely hardcore 1975 band. Oh yeah, how does this sound? Is everything like sound levels okay? Bass too loud, too quiet? Backing track? I guess no one's complained yet, so it must be okay, right? Turn the bass down a little bit. Okay, more or less it's just the same stuff, but yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that little jam of Starlight. Let me see. Okay, so it sounds good. Thank you for the feedback. Sounds fine. Bass is on point. Backing track is all right. Diego, the first song I learned to play on bass. Do I even know the first song I learned to play on bass? I can tell you the first guitar riff I learned to play on, or first riff I learned on guitar was Seven Nation Army. I learned it wrong. I mean, I learned the right riff, but in the wrong key. So, Seven Nation Army is. But I was playing it starting on A instead of E. But yeah, that was the first riff everyone was learning. We're playing that. Blitzkrieg Bop by the Ramones. I think Take Me Out was a big one. Any Green Day? I think Boulevard of Broken Dreams was one of the first songs I learned on guitar. But I only played the lead part, and I played it pretty shitty. But yeah, thank you. Glad you guys like the Starlight cover. Yeah, I can usually pull out music songs pretty easily. What is Dasher by Gerard Way? Someone mentioned that, and that I don't know that song, and that is bothering me. 12 months ago. Strays we wait, and can we hold on to the night? Let's see. It's just started learning the bass. One thing about bass you should learn is technique is important. So one thing I see people doing wrong is ignoring their pinky finger. So I'll see people play like this, the 3-finger players. I know it's hard to learn to use your pinky because it's so weak in the beginning, but it's very important to use your pinky. And if you want to play fast, make sure your fingers are as close to the frets as possible. Because if you're playing like this, you're not going to play fast. But if you're playing, if your strings are close, or if your fingers are close to the strings, then you're going to play faster. But if you're coming down like this, you're not going to have any of the speed. So that's probably a big first tip. Let's see. How do you stop the top string from buzzing while playing bass? I guess it would depend on the buzz. I'm not sure exactly what that could be. It could be a lot of things. For one, your bass could not be set up properly. So maybe if your bass is action's too low, your string, when you hit it, it's going to be hitting the frets and it's buzzing. And in that case, your action of your bass would need to be raised. And you could do that on the bridge. Or you can also raise the neck up here. But I would have to know what kind of buzzing it is to really analyze that. So yeah, Miranda, if you have me on Facebook or Instagram and you have a video demonstrating the buzz, I could take a look at it and try to help you further. But off the top of my head, usually buzzing is just from a poorly set up bass. I feel attacked. Oh, I was attacking people with the fingering. And good for you, Pat, for always playing with your pinky, man. That's important. I hate seeing the 3-fingered guitarists or the 3-fingered bassists. Tips for bass players: research avoiding carpal tunnel syndrome. Not a good time. Yeah, I haven't had carpal tunnel, but I know you were telling me you had carpal tunnel, Finn, and that sounds painful. So yeah, make sure your technique is important too, because bass playing can mess you up. You know, your hands, your wrists can get tight. Even your shoulder, if you're wearing a bass that's too heavy, that can get your shoulder. My posture has been more like forward instead of back, and I think that's partly due to bass playing, and also partly due to just all that 21st century habits, like holding my phone and playing Pokemon Go, keyboard going like that, Pat, I do not use light gauges anymore because I keep tuning down and everyone wants me to tune down. So I use medium. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix my silver P bass and put some heavy strings on there. And I want to have a bass like in drop C sharp, because there's just a lot of songs I want to play in drop C sharp. And even at medium gauge, my bass doesn't sound good tuned down. What's the hardest bass song you have played? That's a good question. Hardest bass song. I know for a while, Rejected by Rancid, like in 2012, that was like my goal, to learn Rejected by Rancid. And that was the one I learned. It was just like... So that was like breaking point. I just really wanted to play that song, Rejected. Anything else that's hard? Through the Fire and Flames, it's not nearly as challenging on guitar or on bass as it is on guitar. Not saying that bass is the easier instrument, but I learned that one, and that one wasn't too bad. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else that's tough? I've been learning Ludens by Bring Me the Horizon. It's not tough, but I've been having a lot of fun just ear training. That one's on hard because the bass is really lowly mixed and Bring Me the Horizon. But um, that's a really cool jam. I usually don't listen to Bring Me the Horizon, but both Ludens and Drown, I've been listening to those songs on repeat for the past week. Let's see. The Press Corpse by Anti Flag. How's that one go? It's like. It's something like that, right? That's I've heard that song before, for sure. That's a cool one. I'm not sure if I'll do a full cover of it. I'll put that on the list here. A lot of people are requesting songs, and I appreciate you guys all showing up. So let me put that down. But I do. The Press Corpse. I got a bass amp pack last year, and the bass headstock is incredibly heavy compared to the body. The bass headstock is heavy. That's weird. I wonder what bass pack was that? Like a Squire or something else? But yeah, the Harley Bentons are really affordable basses. You should look up gear reviews on them. They have like a jazz bass that's like $150. It's insane, and it sounds good. Yeah, no. So I do want to do drop C or drop C sharp. So I'm going to need higher gauges on my Fender P bass for sure, Pat. But yeah, there's like what songs do I want to cover in drop C sharp? I have a whole list. I want to do BYOB by System of a Down, which is drop C sharp. Animal I Have Become by 3 Days Grace, which is drop C. Bulls in the Bronx, Pierce the Veil, drop C sharp. Linkin Park Faint, drop C sharp. Ludens by Bring Me Horizon, which is actually B, so I just use my standard bass. But I don't like playing songs in drop C sharp. Also, like on my 5-string, like I could also do that, but I know people like seeing the 4-string covers. They don't like seeing those 5-string covers unless it's actually played on a 5-string. Hey Barbara's bass solo. I don't know the bass solo for Hey Barbara, but I might try to include it in like a top 10 Ace of Spades, 4 of Spades cover. So if enough people want a top 10, I'll do that. Johnny, hi. Thanks for joining the chat. And I see Kevin also joined too. Slap and pop. Oh, my slap is terrible. My bass does not sound good right now. I don't know why. Okay, that's a little better. Let's see. How often should you change your strings on a bass? Let's see. Depends on the strings and how often you're playing. But I would say. Here, hold on. Sorry, I'm getting. Let's see. I would say to do it like. See, if you're playing shows like every 4 months, but why do I get the Elixir coated strings? And I don't play a lot of shows and I have a lot of basses. So, like, I'm playing 5 different basses regularly, so they get a lot less playing time. So I don't change them yearly. And the Elixir strings last longer. But if I was playing in a band and sweating on my basses, it would be like every 6 months. But I haven't played in a band consistently for 6 years now, so I don't really change them that often. But I also ride or die on the licks or bass strings. If you don't have coated strings, you're going to have to change them more often. But general consensus for bassist is usually 4 months. Yeah, that's true, Pat. Pushing down on heavier strings, it does kind of take a toll. But also, if you think about it, like if you're riding on the E string already, that E string's already going to be heavier than a heavy gauged A string or D string. But I guess in general, yeah, it does take a toll on your fingers. That's why it's important technique too. Also for people asking about technique, to press down with your fingers and not across, because when you're pressing down, that's where you have the leverage or the most power. But if you're going like this, there's no power in that. So for those of you starting out, that's important. All right, let's see. There are some tabs for the Hey Barbara solo online. That is probably true. Yeah, I haven't covered that song. I know a lot of people want me to cover some more Forest Spades, so I'll try to see. Come to New Zealand and see MCR. I would like to travel the world, see. I've never been to the Southern Hemisphere, but I like to see MCR over here, in LA. I have a lot of friends here, but I also wouldn't mind seeing them in New Zealand if I had the money. But currently, I'm actually not working, so and I just did a Japan trip, so I can't afford to go to New Zealand. But maybe we'll meet someday, Finn. Freebird. I don't know Freebird, man. I'm sorry. Let's see. Get Up and Jump by Red Hot Chili Peppers. What is that? Have I heard it? Is that it? That'll take too long for me to figure out in person. Let's see. Jazz tone tips. Huh. Like my jazz bass, Dilmac? I guess you're talking about my jazz bass, because I don't actually play jazz on the channel, but not all jazz basses sound good for rock. That's what I noticed. Like I had a Squire James Johnston bass, and I did not like how it sounded. But once I got the Squire VM jazz bass, it sounded pretty good. So I think one thing for me is the maple fretboard was a big one, as opposed to the rosewood fretboard. Like the maple really makes it pop and get that aggressive jazz tone, like a Geddy Lee, So I recommend that. And then of course the Elixir bass strings and the Sans amp. I had that on all my basses, except the ones where I wanted flat wounds. Let's see. Quan, any albums or songs that came out this year that you enjoyed? The Four Spades album, actually, that was really good. I do enjoy that band. Let's see. I've been listening to Ludens by Bring Me the Horizon. Like I said, I'm trying to make a full cover of that. That is a really, really cool song. I'm sure there's a ton of others. Let me check my Spotify top played. You got me thinking, what is my top Spotify songs? Oh, Sucker by the Jonas Brothers. That was... I love the Jonas Brothers, man. I don't care what people say. I'm a diehard Joe Bros fan. Closure in Moscow. That was a band that I guess was out like 10 years ago, and I did not find out about them till now, and that was a cool one. And then, 5 Seconds of Summer, Teeth, and Easier. I've really been vibing on 5 Seconds of Summer. They write good pop music, and they still use instruments, so big props to them. Let's see. Drake Bell, I Found a Way, Throw It Back. Oh, man. I love Drake and Josh. I was watching that the other day. That's a good one. But yeah, okay, as in a jazz bass, sorry. But yeah, hopefully those tips helped you, Dilmac about the Elixir bass strings, the Sans amp. Like I said, if I get jazz bass, it has to be that maple fretboard. But yeah, Sans amp, maple fretboard. And say, I guess, do you have a jazz bass? Which jazz bass do you have? If you can write that down, I'd be curious to know. Dione, do you listen to some math rock? I do not listen to math rock, but a lot of my friends listen to math rock. It's kind of like the more modern emo. But what is that band that has Yvette Young? I forgot their name. Let me look it up. They're really cool. My friends in Ring Road did a live session of them. What's their name? Ring Road. Covet. Covet's the name. But yeah, if you look at Ring Road Sessions, they did a really good cover with Covet. Oh man, I'm falling behind. Let me start reading. Covet. Oh yeah, everyone wrote Covet. Everyone knew what I was talking about. I do not play math rock though. I am very simple. Listen to basic emo songs and rock songs. Do you know YYZ? Very little. I can't even do that. Can you play Come Together by the Beatles? All right, fast. Since you donated, let me see what I can do. I only know. All right, I have never covered a Beatles song. Let me try to do that now, since you donated a lot more than I thought I would get today. And let me answer some other questions. Callum Hood is a beast. I agree, man. That whole band, like, they just gel so well together, and they make good freaking music. Have you or can you do a slap bass technique video? I have not done one, and I cannot do one because my slap technique is pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie, I would probably not be the person to break it down. I am very weak at slap. I am sorry, Miranda. Let's see. I just got one of the Fender Ventera 70s jazz basses. Oh, wow. That's actually pretty nice bass. You're not happy with the sound? First tip, I mean, if you are using the stock strings, just try to use the Elixir NanoWeb strings. That'll probably make a big difference. And then you get a preamp, something like the Sans amp. Or I know people use Dark Glass. Dark Glass has become pretty much the standard for bass now. So look into the Dark Glass pedals. But first step, get some new strings on that jazz bass. Let's see, for the past couple years, I've been really into progressive, post-hardcore, and Japanese indie. You sound like my friend Pat, man. He's also into all that Japanese indie stuff. Sounds kind of quiet, huh? Let me see. All right. I'm going to try to attempt to play this song for Faz because he did the big fat donation. We'll see how it comes together. Already messed up. Oh no, it keeps going. Goes to A. doesn't get blocked by the stream. Is this song gonna block my stream? Huh. Alright. That's all I really know, man. I know the chorus. I just figured out the verse right now. Let's see. Hopefully that was sufficient, Faz. If not, I'll play it for you again. Let's see. Do you listen to I Don't Know How? I don't really listen to them. I love Dallin Weeks. Is that his name? Weeks? I don't know. He's an awesome bassist. I love what he did in Panic at the Disco, but I don't know, I just can't get into that band. I don't know. But they're cool, though. I like what they're doing. No real guitar tracks. It's just bass, piano, synth, drums, and vocals. Yes, Sophia, this is my Hofner bass. So yeah, I pulled it out just because of that that Beatles song. Hopefully it doesn't get copyright claim. Most of the songs, I've already played a lot of songs like Panic at the Disco on the stream, Muse on the stream. It's just certain artists. Like if I play any Muse for their last 2 albums, it'll block me instantly. If I play any what else? Anything on Hopeless Records, I will get effed up because they block everything. But we'll find out after the stream. And it's cool because you guys are on the stream right now enjoying. So let's see. But yeah, hopefully you're able to get your jazz bass sounding better, Dilmac. That is a really nice bass, and I am a little jealous of it. So hopefully you can get it sounding the way you want. Do you like Rise Against? Yes, I do like Rise Against, but only 2 of their albums. The Suffer and the Witness, and then Siren Songs of the Counterculture. I think that's the name of the album. So I do know some songs from there if you do want to hear that. Do you always play with a pick? And if not, how do you decide to play with a pick? I play... It's based on the song, whatever feels appropriate. So, like, I'm not going to play Red Hot Chili Peppers with a pick because it's usually slap based and it just sounds better with fingers. It's really what the song calls for. And let me try to think of another example. You're not going to play, like, Motorhead with your finger style. You're going to use a pick. So it's whatever the song calls for, you know. You have to learn to just kind of get a feel for that, what sounds better. But also, if you're weaker, like there's some songs too fast, like it might sound good on with my fingers, but I just can't play it, like, because I'm not very versatile. So sometimes I'll just have to play with the pick. I'll be like, guys, I want to play with my fingers, but I don't got the stamina for that. Like some of the Muse. I think Hysteria, I used a pick because I could not keep it up with my fingers back when I covered it. The only dark glass preamps I like are the vintage Ultra and maybe the new harmonic booster. Yeah, dark glass, they definitely have this mic stand is trash, man. Oh my god. So the dark glass, it's become the standard now for bass, and a lot of bass is sought after by them. But the problem I have with it is everyone's starting to sound the same. Everyone wants the dark glass and the Dingwall amps. Or, sorry, Dingwall basses. So, if all basses sound the same, what's the point? But I guess to be fair, you know, everyone uses Fender basses too, right? So, everyone kind of sounds the same with the Fenders. I'm glad you liked that. Faz, I'm glad you liked the covers. Yeah, it probably will get copyright claim, but I don't know how that'll affect the donation that you gave me. So that's actually a good point, because it will get copyright claimed where I can't monetize it, but if they take away the donation you gave, that would suck ass. Beatles tends to get blocked a lot. Really? I've seen a lot of Beatles covers. Let me look it up. Come Together bass cover. Ooh, yeah. Let's see. Well, that one is up. So there is at least one up there. Can you cover Reapers by Muse? That is a song I definitely wanted to cover, but copyright claim. I will. This stream will be blocked if I cover Reapers by Muse. But I love that song. The bass to it is awesome, but I'll get blocked. I covered Mercy off that album, and I covered Psycho, and both of my covers got blocked, which sucked ass. Really sucks, man. I wish they wouldn't do that, but it is what it is. Do you know The Handler by Muse? I do know that song too, and that is also one that gets blocked. But I actually posted a snippet of The Handler. If you look up, actually both those songs, I did a top 10 video for Drones, that Muse album. So I have snippets of that album where I played bass. And the reason why that one wasn't blocked was because I created my own drum track for that. So because I used my own drum track, it wasn't blocked or copyright claimed at all. So let me find that, and I'm going to put it in the link since you guys both asked about Muse songs from that album at the same time. Top 10 bass, Muse, Drones album. So yeah, if you guys want to check that out. A multi-scale bass. I don't know what that is. Multi-scale bass. Is that like fan fretted bass? What pedals do I have, Miranda? Oh, what pedals don't I have? I have, right now on my board, I have the Sans amp, Tech 21 Sans amp, which is the key to my sound. Boss Harmonist, Electro Harmonics Noise Gate. It's called the Silencer. Electro Harmonics Bass Big Muff, which is a fuzz, like a really popular fuzz. Blues Driver, Boss Blues Driver, which I use for guitar distortion. Way Huge Green Rhino, which is a good overdrive. So if you're looking for really good overdrive for bass, Way Huge Green Rhino, that is one of the keys to my sound. Bass compressor, MXR bass compressor. Digitech bass synth pedal. Although I'm waiting to get my Source Audio pedal. It's literally been 3 months and it's been back ordered, so I still haven't gotten it. Electro Harmonics Pog 2, which is a polyoctave generator. So any note I play, it will add a 2 octaves below or 2 octaves above. So I could literally layer it, my clean track, and then 2 octaves below, 2 octaves above, and have like 5 of the same thing. It's really good for if you're trying to go for Royal Blood, you need this pedal. The Badstone, Electro Harmonics Badstone, which is a phaser pedal. So for modulation, kind of like a Tame Impala kind of psychedelic tone. And then I have the TC Electronics flashback delay. So I use that for guitar too. Dark glass pedals are actually pretty versatile. Problem is that almost everyone demoing the pedals only uses fuzzy, clanky metal tones, so it doesn't show you the pedals. That's true. When I think of dark glass, I just think of these clanky metal tones. Do you have one too, Quan? Because that's interesting to know. Like I would get one, but I just don't feel comfortable endorsing like a $300-$400 pedal. It just, if people want to sound like you, there's no way people can afford to sound like you when the pedals cost more than the bass. Let's see. Yeah, fan fretted and multi-scale are the same thing. Oh, okay. I did not know that. Yeah, that'd be cool, but they're longer basses, like 37-inch scale neck or something like that, which is kind of interesting, going from short scale to 37-inch. How do you know Howard? Do you know Joe? Who's Howard and Joe? I do not know who those people are, so unless you specify a last name, then maybe I do know. I had an EHX Big Muff for the little, but couldn't find a good sound. Yeah, it's hit or miss with that, depending on the bass you use. Like, if I used it on my Hoffer right now, it'd sound like shit. Um, I think it works pretty well on my P bass, but I think there's better pedals that do the same thing but better. Like the Russian Pickle Fuzz by Way Huge. What else is there? I mean, the MXR bass fuzz even too. It has a easier dial in tone, but it doesn't sound. I guess the bass muff has some overdriven characteristics that the bass fuzz does not have. The MXR bass fuzz, and then there's another pedal that does it too. I forgot the name. Joe Mama. Good one. Let's see. A lot of the fan fretted basses that aren't Dingwall or Kiesel are roughly 34 inches. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Huh. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Okay, I haven't played a song in a while. Is there any song that anyone wants to hear? Let me see. I could do an EMCR, but I know that's easy. Ooh. Royal Blood is something really cool, but that tone's hard to get down. I could play a really bad version of Royal Blood without the tones. I was working on a Scott Pilgrim cover that never went through, where we do the bass battle, so I had to learn that. Ludens by Bring Me the Horizon. That's a cool song. Let's see. Oh, well, everyone's... Ooh, Settle Down by 1975. All right. I'll play that for a little bit because I don't like my cover of that song that I posted. Lulz. Good one. Dude, this freaking thing sucks ass. Oh my god. Sorry, guys. Let's see. Okay. Well, that's a fun one, man. Love that. Love the old 1975 when they were still a little emo. Let's see. That G string was not in tune. Once I did a pop on the G string, I noticed. Tornado of Souls. I don't know if somebody's going to be mad. I don't know that song, but That's a pretty popular metal song, right? Oh, Megadeth. Oh, Megadeth, man. I have not of mine, and that's the only song I know how to play. I have the Alpha Omega Ultra, and it effectively replaced my Sans amp and any other OD pedal, plus a 6-band graphic EQ, and you can load. Oh wow, interesting. That's cool. The Alpha Omega Ultra, that's cool. It's versatile. I always assumed it was a super metal pedal. The pedal I've been looking to replace my Sans amp is actually another Sans amp. It's the, what the hell is that Sans amp? Sans amp. The band is King. He's in King. What is his name? Oh, Doug. Doug Pinnick. Yeah, that Sans amp, the Doug DP3X signature Sans amp. That thing has some mean freaking overdriven tones. And it has a mid control, which my Sans amp does not have. So if you're looking for all-in-one pedal, it has a tuner, it has the Sans amp and overdrive all in one. And that might be my upgrade from the Sans amp. Scott Pilgrim was a cool movie. I agree. That's why we wanted to do a freaking Scott Pilgrim cover, but I never got it done. You know, there's a lot of things you commit to, and then you just kind of other things come up. Around the World by Red Hot Chili Peppers. Let's see. Thank you, Abby LL or Abby2 for joining. Let's see. I'll do Around the World in a little bit, but let me look at this, the rest of these comments. What audio interface do you use? I use a Focusrite Sapphire. Is it 14? Yeah, Sapphire Pro 14. But honestly, I got it for extra tracks, but I think the Focusrite Scarlett 2x2 would do just fine. I don't really need this. And this software is deprecated. They stopped updating it for the Sapphire, but they didn't stop updating it for the Scarlett. I just listened to New 1975, still pretty good, but I dig old 1975. Me too. Sans amp does rule. Sans amp is great, but there's always ways to upgrade, you know? And for something as important as a Sans amp, I would be down to upgrade. What do you think about Mikey Way's new bass? I think it is fantastic, and I think they should reissue, or not reissue, they should issue it as a signature model, because every 2 weeks, someone asks me to sell my Mikey Way Mustang bass to them, and I'm like, it's not for sale. It's really a collector's item. So if they released his jazz bass as a signature, a lot of fans would be very happy. Got a Tech 21 VT bass. Oh, nice. I have the VT bass DI by Tech 21, and it's really cool, but good distortion tones. But I just ended up using the regular Sans amp. I prefer the cleans on the regular Sans amp bass driver. But let's see. People want your Mikey Way Mustang too, Finn? Yeah, seriously, people try to get me to sell it, and people are, it's sold for $300, $350 back in the day. You can get $600 for it easy. And let me tell you that as much as I love my Chem and Mikey Way, it's not worth $600. You could get a nice Mustang for $600. EHX Battalion. That is also a good all-in-one pedal. The EHX Battalion. I was looking at that too, but the problem I have with EHX is the build quality is not that good. I have a EHX Pog, the Pog 2, which is like a $300 pedal, and every time I engage it, it clicks, and the same thing happened with my Badstone. So that's the problem I have with EHX. So they make really cool, affordable effects. The build quality is not the best. All right. Someone said Around the World. I can play the first 1 minute of Around the World by Red Hot Chili Peppers. And hopefully it does not block my stream. Obviously, I didn't know the chords of that song, but not the chords, the chorus chords. But yeah, that's always a cool intro, and I just never played it, because I was too lazy to learn the entire song. But yeah, you won't see me play Red Hot Chili Peppers probably for another 2 years after that, since I never cover them. I gutted I never picked up Mikey's bass a few years back, but hopefully they release a new one. Yeah, seriously, I was about to buy it, and then I didn't, and then I saw them going away online, and I was like, what's going on? Are they going to stop it? And I called Fender, and Fender said, yeah, we stopped production of this bass in January 2016. So once I heard that, I bought one right away, and I definitely did not regret that decision. Oh, sorry, Sir Joseph. Yep, the ODB3 would have been perfect for Around the World, but even though it's right there, I'm too lazy to pull it out. But my Green Rhino sounded okay, right? Hopefully it sounded okay. I'd be down for a Mikey Way signature jazz bass in the Silver Sparkle. Yeah, we all would be. I would have both basses. I probably wouldn't sell either one. Let's see. Scarecrow, Summertime by MCR. I've covered both those songs, but if you want me to cover one, it's got to be one or the other right now. I haven't played an MCR song on stream yet, so I can do one of those. Which one do I remember better? Both of them I covered in like 2012. It's crazy to think this channel's been going on so long, man. Wow, getting old here. Danger Days. Oh, you have the Green Rhino too? Then you can use the Green Rhino for Around the World, man. It's heavy. Let's see. Either cover's fine. I'm going to do Summertime because I don't remember that one as well. And that doesn't really make sense, but I just kind of want to... I don't know. I like the song a lot. So. I am not in tune. Let's change that. Bruh. Feels bad. Alright. Summertime. Oh, Party Poison. That's the only song I haven't covered off Danger Days, too. Strumming or has some rhythmic patterns. Sorry, I'm gonna stop it there. That was probably the longest I jammed on any of the songs because it's when I remember. If it's MCR, I'll probably remember. Party Poison. Oof. I haven't covered that either. Dang. Why are you guys pulling these out on me now? Let's see. I'll do Party Poison too, because I haven't covered that one. Although I haven't learned it all. I know most of it. Let's see. Pat, you haven't listened to Danger Days. You gotta listen now, man. They're back together. Gotta get ready. Let's see. What are your tips for practicing timekeeping? That is important because I actually have issues with timing myself when I record, especially you really hear your mistakes once you record and you're just like, wow, I suck ass. Like I've been doing some covers and some of my covers even up here, they're just like the timing's not good. I'm not playing good. Tone's not good. But anyways, going on a tangent. For practicing time, one thing that's really helped me is slowing down. Play slower than you think the song's actually going. Because whenever I'm rushing a song, I slow down. I'm like, all right, I'm going to be behind time. And even when me thinking I'm behind time is actually on time. So that's a good approach. Obviously slowing down to the song itself. If you can't play it slow, then you can't play it fast because you don't know the rhythm. Sometimes you're playing something really fast, and once you slow it down, you realize you don't know the correct rhythm patterns for it. So that's something else too. Tabbing songs out too. Like I'm trying to tab out songs rhythmically, and I'm like, I can play it, but rhythmically, I'm not actually sure how the notes are. So writing out the tabs has helped me with my timing too. But if you're going too fast, which is very common, just try playing slow, like thinking behind the beat, I guess. Hopefully that makes sense. Green Rhino cuts through a band mix great on bass. I used to be in a heavy metal band with 3 guitarists, and I never turned it off. Oh, dang. That's cool, man. I'm glad the Green Rhino is getting the loving it deserves because it's such a good pedal. It's so cool looking. I just love everything about the Green Rhino, man. Planetary Go. Oh, man. Everyone wants me to play MCR. And Little Watercress Salad. I am glad you enjoyed the summertime cover. All right. Everyone wants MCR, so I guess I will be playing a little bit of Party Poison since I have not covered that song yet. Song, as you can see, I don't know everything, but I know the basis of it. All right, someone has said planetary too. Let me see. Let me read. In regards to slowing down, one thing I do is play a song you're learning on YouTube and slow it down by 50, 75%. That's true. If you slow it down on YouTube, that feature is also a good one. I've been using that to learn songs. So I was learning the My Chemical Romance Thank You for the Venom guitar solo, and I slowed it down because I assumed it was like really fast triplets, but when I slowed it down, actually the whole thing was in triplets. So trying to translate the solo on bass. So yeah, at the beginning of the solo, I thought it was just all triplets. But the way it goes in the beginning is, or how's it go? It does that kind of pattern. It's kind of weird to explain, but it wasn't all triplets, even though he does it live. The recording wasn't all triplets. Let's see. What Christmas songs have good bass lines? Actual Christmas songs that are popular, I do not know. I haven't really covered any of those. I just know The Killers has a bunch of Christmas songs, and those ones are fun to play. I just like The Killers' Christmas songs. I guess there's Christmas Drag by I Don't Know How. Yeah, if you look at I Don't Know How, I Don't Know How, but They Found Me is there's a Christmas EP. That's something to check out too. But regarding to actual Christmas songs, I do not know. No one requests Christmas songs from me usually. All I Want for Christmas by MCR. Good one. Oh yeah, someone asked for Planetary. Let me play Planetary Go for a little bit. Even though I covered it 9 years ago. Bam.
There might be something outside you really know, but you just never know. Could be something right past the turnpike gates, but you just never know. If my velocity starts to make you sweat, then just don't let go. And if the heaven ain't got a vacancy, then we just
Well, my monitor kind of that monitor turning me off, screwed up everything. Completely forgot the song. Alright, I'm gonna stop. Because that really messed up the flow. But anyways, there was monitor protection on here, and it stopped everything. Alright. Let's see. Can we hear the Stingray on the next song? I already used my Stingray, but I will play it again because you requested it. Let's see. Not Another Christmas Song by Blink. That sounds familiar. I might have heard that one. Any tips on learning by ear? I started to try it. Only been playing bass a few months, and I feel like I'm making slow progress. Yeah. Well, learning by ear is not easy. It takes a lot of practice for sure. I started slow, and you're gonna learn stuff wrong if you're learning by ear. I think what helps is for sure knowing your scales, because in general most songs are in scale, so only a certain notes will be used in scale. So make sure you know your scales first. So like Planetary Go, I'll use that as an example. It starts on the G, and then it goes to B and C. And because that song's always in scale, it's only going to be, there's only a finite amount of notes that are going to be used in scale. So, or for that song, there's no song notes really out of scale. So just keep practicing, learn your scales, and then compare your work. Learn a song that there's a tab out there, and try to learn it on your own. And then later look at the tab, and you'll see, oh, that's where I went wrong. It's like doing math homework. You did it wrong, and then you kind of proofread your answer. I'm sorry to comparing it to math homework, but that's the only analogy I saw. Let's see. Oh, Finn, thank you so much for donating. Oh, man, that is awesome. Wow, I was not expecting the donation. If you want any song, Finn, please let me know, because that is awesome of you for donating. Let's see. Chris, I did the Hofner 2 already. I did I did the Beatles song. But yeah, seriously, Finn, let me know if there's anything. Have you ever wrote originals? I studied music at college, and the band I've been put in has me on bass, pianist, and a drummer, so we have no vocalists or guitarists. Oof, that sucks that there's no vocals. But you can do bands without guitarists, but I guess if you're trying to do covers, that's tough. You could do I Don't Know How, but They Found Me. They don't have guitars, but you don't have vocals. And yes, I have written a lot of originals. I write a lot of pop punk and like emo stuff, but I never post it because I don't really sing. Like, I can kind of sing, but I don't. My voice range is just too low, where it doesn't stand out in front. It'd be good for like harmonies, but as lead vocals, it's just too low. And for emo, you need that whiny high voice. But I'll play you one of my songs on my Stingray because someone wanted me to play my Stingray. So I'll play one of my originals like that. Bruh. All right, let's see. I'm just chill hanging out, my man. Thank you for all the help you've given me in the last few years in getting me started on bass. Well, I'm happy to help, Finn. Thank you so much again for donating. I said I don't expect people to donate. I just put the option if people wanted to. But thanks for hanging out on the stream too. This is my first stream ever. I wasn't sure how I was going to go. I was just scared there weren't going to be like too many people, but 20 is actually the exact number I wanted because it's intimate enough where I can, connect with all you guys that are writing and I can read all the responses, but it's not like where I'm alone, where it's just like, there's Twitch streamers that have nobody there. So I have just the right amount of people. So thank you for all those who have been sticking around. What's up, Pizza the Hut? Thank you for joining the stream. So in case you don't know, the next thing we're going to do right now is someone wanted to hear my Stingray bass and someone else asked if I write originals. So I'm going to play one of my original songs on bass using my Stingray. So let me look. This song I wrote not too long ago, like a year ago. Let's see. It's called Anthem. Doesn't have any vocals or anything. It's kind of J-rocky. Let's see. And it's in drop D because I was in that phase. All right, just making sure the sound levels are good. Thank you. I'm glad you like my MCR covers. That sucks. Pizza the Hut. I literally just covered 3 MCR songs on stream. If you rewind, I covered Summertime, I covered Planetary Go, and Party Poison. So I literally just did 3 MCR covers. But you should be able to rewind the stream and look at those because I did it like 10 minutes ago. But anyways, I'm gonna do one of my originals right now on bass with my Stingray for a little bit. Hold on, sorry. Everything's like crackling. Let me make sure this is working. Okay, it's this freaking XLR for my mic. That's what keeps cracking. All right, so let me just put it away here. All right, I'm gonna play now. Damn, freaking this mic keeps crackling. That is so annoying. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed hearing a little bit of my original instrumental, obviously because I don't like singing. But oh man, Faz, you're still in the stream? Dang, dude, you're at work though. Jeez, that is awesome. Thanks, man. Hopefully work is easy your last few days. Oh hell yeah, that felt yeah. What's nice about writing my own music is I give myself room to do some cool bass fills. So in that song, there's a lot of room for fills. So that's why I chose to play that one. So hopefully you guys enjoyed hearing a little bit of the original. That will probably never see the light of day. Let's see. Thank you, Dilmac. I'm glad you enjoyed that. And Sophia, oh wow, you guys are both still here. You guys have been on the stream for at least an hour. Thank you for sticking on. What is your favorite bass line from Panic at the Disco? I think you should play that one for us. Huh. Let me look. Panic at the Disco. What is my favorite? I just did a top 10 bass for Panic at the Disco. I'm sure my favorite bass line would be in that one, right? Crazy Equals Genius is a really good bass line. Man, I just love the first album. Bass isn't even that good on the first album, but A Fever You Can't Sweat Out was just so angsty, theatrical, you know. God damn, it's so good. Mad as Rabbits, that's a good one. Damn, what's my favorite Panic? I think Hurricane is probably the coolest Panic, but song, but I did already play that one. But I'll play another Panic song just because I know those are some of my most interactive fans, the Panic at the Disco fans. I don't know. What's a good one? Let's see. Let me keep reading these comments first. This is a great background stream while I work. That's funny, Faz, man. Yeah. Well, enjoy your last couple of days, dude. And hopefully the food settled in. Well, that freaking food was so good. Let's see. Do you know a lot of music theory? No, I do not know a lot of music theory. I learned piano when I was 9, and I learned reading music, actually, sheet music. And then after 2 years, I stopped playing. Like, I didn't even listen to music, so I just stopped playing piano. And then actually got into rock music when I went to middle school and learned guitar. And I don't know. I still knew how to read music back then, but then I just kind of stopped. So I'm not too big on theory. All I know is just like, the major and minor, I can kind of tell you some of the chords. If you play something, I can usually tell the root note, but I'm pretty weak with my music theory, and I haven't really been trying to improve that. Sunset Dream is a sick song. Oh man, Finn, you remember Sunset Dream? Wow, that is oh, you used to listen to it? Dude, that's so awesome. Thank you. I'm sorry I didn't have a vocal version. Dang, that's cool. That's the song all my friends are like associated me with, Sunset Dream. They're like, "Oh, you're Sunset Dream, Chris," like but yeah, I always wanted to release like a full version of that and I never did, but that is a fun one. Maybe I'll play it on guitar later on stream. I haven't played guitar yet. Nicotine bassline. That's the thing about nicotine. It's just there's not a ton of bass in it, but it's cool and just the and then that's like the only bass part. But it's a cool one. There's no other bass in the song though besides that. I love Down's work on Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die. Yes. Did he record all the bass on that? Yeah, no, he recorded the bass on that. He didn't do it for Death of a Bachelor. And that's the one album like I thought was really good. But yeah, Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die. This is Gospel. That was a good song. What's the other one? Miss Jackson. Hey Connor, thanks for joining the chat. Oh my god, sorry, I messed up. I thought I could talk and play. Hey, sorry, it's kind of dark here. I didn't realize that. Let me turn on the lights. I had no real plans on how long I'd be doing this stream, so I didn't think it'd get dark. But I'll probably stop in 30 minutes because it's just going to be pitch black outside. But I'm enjoying it right now. This is cool. Like, I could keep doing this, but once it gets dark, you guys can't see anything. All right. Sorry, I totally missed a lot on chat. What type of plectrums do you use, like brands and size? All right, so for the longest time, I was using these Dunlop wedge picks at 60 millimeters. So this is the pick that I use. I bought a 72 pack. But now what happened was I used a pick. I went to Japan. I got triangle picks because I watched a video on Bass the World and he talked about his technique for triangle picks. And oh man, that was a really cool pick I had, but I can't find it. But anyways, I started getting into triangle picks because the way the technique goes, I used to hold the pick like this, but now I'm starting to hold the pick like this because it gives me more leverage and less stress on that index finger. So I changed my style up a bit, but I couldn't hold the pick like this on the point sixes. So now I'm using the point sevens, and these work, but they don't make triangles of these. So, but when I hold the pick like this with my index finger is fine, as opposed to I used to play it like this or like this, but now when I do it like this, I have a lot more leverage when I'm picking. All right, so hopefully that answered your question. Let's see. Still so stuffed. Dang, I'm not that stuffed, Faz. I guess I didn't eat enough there. Although that chicken wrapped with bacon killed me, man. Let's see. This is great background noise for studying for the bar exam. Oh, dang, Quan, you're studying for the bar exam. That is impressive, man. Well, good luck with that. And thank you for still sticking on the stream. I know I've seen you comment on a lot of my Instagram stuff. And then you commented on something else back in the day. I forgot what it was, but I appreciate that. Hell yeah, man. I've been watching since way back. Yes, you have, Finn. You messaged me the other day, and sorry, I totally forgot who you were, but you did message me like 2 years ago. So I appreciate that and appreciate the donation. Oh, Steve's watching too fast? Oh, dang, I didn't know that. But I am glad he is watching, and I say what's up to him too. And thank you again for lunch, Steve. That was very generous. Girls, girls, boys. Ooh, that's a good one. I might do girls, girls, boys since I forgot I'm supposed to do a Panic song. That's the only album Dallin wrote bass on. He didn't do the third album? I feel like the third album was Dallin too. Vices and Virtues. Like I feel like he was a studio session bassist on there because some of the stuff just it seems like his style, but I could be wrong. Pretty sure Dallin said the first vinyl he recorded was on Death of a Bachelor Live. Dang, well, I guess unless it's on the record, none of us know. Let's see. Do you listen to Ghost? I think some of their bass lines are cool. I have not heard of Ghost before. Do you have a fretless bass? I do not have a fretless bass. I am a noob. I don't play upright bass or fretless bass. Time to invest in indoor lighting if that's the case. Yeah, I know. The lighting in my videos suck, Faz. I know. Thank you for rubbing it in, man. But I don't know. I just film my videos during the day and it kind of works out. But I need a bigger room too if I wanted to do indoor lighting. Full Stop by Radiohead has a lot of cool variations throughout the whole song. Let me add that to the list. I really like Clayton. Ace picks actually got introduced to them because of you years ago. Oh yeah, I did use those picks a long time ago. I have one here. Triangle pick here. But they kind of wear out fast. That's the thing that I don't like about them. But one thing that's really cool about Clayton is they have what is it? Custom picks that are really cheap. Because if you want to do a Dunlop custom order of picks, it's like 800 minimum or 800 picks minimum. But with Clayton, you can get like one single pick or 30 or 50, and we got 100 picks or 200 picks from my music club when I was in university. And that was really cool to have like official Open Jam Music Club picks. Oh yeah, my club was called Open Jam, if you didn't know. Let's see. Hi, Chris. Hi, Dan Nguyen. Thank you for joining. Dan Nguyen. That name sounds familiar. But anyways, thank you for joining the stream. Do I listen to Title Fight? I don't listen to Title Fight. That's a pop punk band, right? Pop punk revival scene? Title Fight? Answer, I have not heard of Title Fights, or I have heard of them, but I haven't heard of their music until now. Let's see. Do you plan for more streams? Maybe. I mean, I'm enjoying this stream right now. It's pretty fun. It's not just because I got paid twice. Honestly, it's cool to just talk to my subscribers more on a personal level. Even though it shows that I have 25,000 subscribers, there's only so many people that will actually come into the stream. Pretty much like less than 1%. So it's cool to see all the subscribers that are down to just chill on the stream. And I'm Really enjoying this. Let's see. So I probably will do another stream. But in case you guys don't know, I recently left my job like 2 months ago. I just kind of wanted to have a break end of 2020. So if I do a stream, it won't be for a while just because I'm trying to study to get a new job in web development. Let's see. Do you like Tame Impala? Dude, Tame Impala is awesome. I'm going to see them in March. And I've covered a couple of their songs. Let's see. I'm normally listen to more of the type of music you post, but I love Tame Impala in the 1975. Wow, you sound like me, man. I've covered both the 1975 and Tame Impala, but I'm more into pop punk and like all that emo stuff. But no, Tame Impala is cool. Like with this bass, it has flat wounds on it, and it sounds really good for Tame Impala and stuff. Any pedals you're interested in right now? Dan, yes, I am interested. I'm waiting for my Source Audio C4 synth to come in. I literally ordered it 3 months ago, and it still hasn't come in. I called Sam Ash like 5 times. It's super annoying, but I got it off $50 off, so it's kind of worth it when it's $50 off. But I also just got the Source. I'll show you my newest pedal that I got a month ago, which I probably shouldn't have, but I'm doing a bass synth shootout, and it was also $50 off, and also from Sam Ash. This one's got sent right away. But here's my Boss SY1 synthesizer pedal. Its tracking is really impressive and has a lot of cool sounds like organ and stuff, but the problem with it is it doesn't have any good bass synth sounds, which is kind of what I wanted, you know? Can you play Loverboy by Fum Fruit? I don't even know how to pronounce that, but let me put it to my list of other songs I need to check out after the stream. And I still need to do a Panic at the Disco song. That Whenever you open Pokemon Go, I hope you get something good from the gift I sent you a couple minutes ago. Oh, thank you, Michael. What's your Pokemon Go tag? Let's see. I'm not sure which one's you. I have like 100 friends on here. I'm sorry. Let me look. I can guess. Oh, are you Subpar Wolf? Subpar Wolf is the only person that I haven't met that has sent me a gift. So I'm guessing that's you. I'm going to send you something too. In case you guys don't know, I'm a huge Pogo player. I have 2 Pokemon accounts. Oh, you are Subpar Wolf. Okay, that's what I thought. We're almost best friends, dude. I'm going to get that friendship bonus. But yeah, I play Pokemon Go a lot. I have 2 accounts that are both level 40. I go hard on that game, man. It's a fun game, especially when I was in Japan. Oh my god, like fuck, it was so good in Japan. I wish Digitech would bring back the bass synth wah too, but they kind of replaced it with the Digitech Dirty Robot. So that's kind of the replacement. It has like the 2 best sounds from it, but it doesn't have the octave sound. And I use the sub octave on this like all the time. Like that's what I use my bass synth wah for. It's become an octave pedal. Like. All right. Let's play some Panic at the Disco. And someone said a good song. Oh, Girls, Girls, Boys, right? All right, I think that's good enough for that song. Let's see. Can you give any tips for beginner bass players? All right. I went through this rundown a little earlier, but it's very important, so I'm going to iterate it again. Technique, as SpongeBob says. But anyways, technique. One big thing I see a lot of people doing is the three finger playing, where they don't play with the pinky; they'll play like this. Make sure to use all four fingers because you're just kind of handicapping yourself there. And when you do play, make sure to keep your fingers as close to the strings as possible. Because if you're playing like this, you're not going to gain any speed because it's just the distance is too far. Try to keep your fingers as close as possible to the strings so you can play like this, you know? But if I go like this, I can't play fast with my fingers all the way up here. What else? Learn both pick and fingerstyle playing. Be versatile because I am like 4 times better with a pick than I am with my fingers, and it really hurts, like hurts me when I'm trying to do some covers and I just can't play it with fingerstyle and I have to use a pick. It sucks. So make sure to be versatile. Learn both, even if you only want to learn one or the other. I recommend doing both. Wow, a lot of people that are in the stream earlier are still here. Sophia, Abby, Finn, Faz. Dang, man. You guys have Pat. You've been in here forever. Oh, yeah, Finn, no problem. I'm glad you can make it. Yeah, there's a time where I think I lost all of Europe here. It's definitely too late for them. Let's see. Any guilty pleasure artists? It used to be guilty pleasure, but I have no shame anymore. But the Jonas Brothers back in the day, man, that was like my guilty pleasure. Like a little bit longer was my huge jam. Lady Gaga. I was goo for Gaga back in the day. Although I don't really like her stuff anymore. I liked her albums back then. Okay, 18s. 18s is a guilty pleasure that I still listen to, man. That was like, I listened to it on the Radio Disney when I was like 7 years old. Their first album, which was all just ABBA covers, but hence 18s. Yeah. Oh, Dilmac, are you in? Oh, Dilmac and Abby, they're both in Europe. Oh, geez. Thank you for sticking around. Wow, that is awesome. Oh, you go to university tomorrow, but dang. Oh, geez, it's 2 a.m. Everyone here is in the UK. I thought no one here would be from the UK. Oh, man, you guys are all in the UK or elsewhere in Europe. Thank you all for chilling on the stream, man. Well, I'm going to end it probably in 20 minutes, so you won't be up much longer than that. Let's see. Wow, that's so cool. All these people from the UK are here. That's rad. I guess people in the West Coast probably wouldn't be on my stream because it's still people are working, people are traveling too right now for the holidays. So it's cool. It's just a test stream, and I'm very happy with the way it's come out. So let's see. I got 20 minutes. Any songs you guys want to hear, or any songs I know? I know there's a lot of songs people want me to play, but most of them I do not know. Like Leftover, Crack, In Control, Dasher, Gerard Way, End of the Summer Joyce Manor. I don't know those. The Press Corps, I played the intro. Full Stop by Radiohead, although that sounded like an album when you mentioned it. Loverboy, I have not heard of that song. Philippines is 8:48 a.m. Oh, well. Good morning. Angie from California? Hey, me too. I am in SoCal, Angie. So yeah, same time zone, 4:40. Let's see. Thank you for the Venom. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, Green Day. But I haven't done Green Day. I already did 3. I did 3 My Chemical Romance songs. I haven't done any Green Day. I'll play a Green Day song that I've been dying to cover, but I just have not done. Ooh, I'd love to cover All Time Low, but copyright policy kind of F's me. The only reason I was able to cover Stella is because they released a live album on Feel by Ramen, but the original recording's on Hopeless Records, so that's a no-go. I could only do Dirty Work. Dirty Work's a good album that I could do by them because it won't get blocked, and that's actually my favorite album by them. I know a lot of people hate that, but I that is that's my favorite album by them. Let's see. How to get started with slapping. Oh, I can't do that, man, either. Uh, Probably most of you here could teach me how to slap better. I slap is weak. Um, have you experimented with your bass signal clean and dirty? I have not done that, but I have split my bass signal for Royal Blood covers, which gotta do my guitar signal and my bass signal. I only did it once. I'd like to do it more, but I want to get a Gretsch short scale bass first, so I'm gonna sell my Squier short scale Jaguar bass since that they stopped making that bass, so it's actually worth more now. So I'm gonna sell it and then buy a Gretsch junior bass and then start doing some Royal Blood covers because I'd love to start doing a ton of Royal Blood. But anyways, Green Day. Let's get back on track. Green Day. I'm gonna play 2 songs by them. One real quick though, or both of them real quick. Where is it? No. That's one of the first rock albums I got was Warning by Green Day, and I just love that album. And Minority was one of the coolest bass lines ever. Let's see. Oh yeah, I was gonna do this real quick because I have not had the opportunity to cover this, even though it's really cool. Just the bridge. My mouse. was like almost there. It's been a while since I played that. Let's see. I also have a Squier short scale Jaguar bass. Nice. Yeah, that's a good backup bass. And they stopped making it, and it's actually a sought after bass, so you could probably sell it for profit. I mean, it was only 180 at the time. I'm trying to sell it actually. I'm going to try to sell it for 300, but I haven't made a demo video of it yet, so I'm going to do a demo first. Ever tried playing with a band? Yes, Grant. I've played with actually bands pretty much from when I was 14 years old to 21 nonstop, and I just got burned out. Like, there was being a bassist, it was so in demand, but just all the practices, and I didn't care for the music the bands played, and it's just really easy to get burned out. But let me copy this link, and there's actually a list. I made a playlist of all the bands that I used to. That's one of them. So that's my YouTube playlist. Has all stuff from my old bands. Let me see. Oh, someone requested "Where Did the Party Go?" All right, I'll do "Where Did the Party Go" really quick, and then. But I do have a full cover of that on YouTube. But I'll play it quick, and then I'll play some All Time Low Dirty Work because that's the only album that won't get blocked. That's good enough of that sound. Let's see. Oh, going to bed as I have work in the morning. Thanks for the stream and bass advice. Yeah, no problem. Thank you for coming on the stream. And like I said, if you have any other questions regarding bass, you can always feel free to message me on Instagram or Facebook. I try to be as responsive as possible. And if I don't respond, like in a day, just message me again because sometimes I forget. Cover Hello Anxiety. What is Hello Anxiety? Who's that by? Oh. Oh, okay. I've seen this kid before. Fruit. I do not know how to pronounce his name, but that was actually a cool thing. I'll have to watch it again. What are your opinions on the Clash? I don't really listen to that old kind of punk rock stuff, so I don't really have an opinion on them. I am sorry, but anyways, Sophia recommended Ultimo, and you've been on stream the whole time, so I'm going to play something off Dirty Work. Dirty Work. Because I love All Time Low. Like, I really do, but their covers just don't get that many views, which sucks. I guess maybe it was like 5 years ago. Like, I did Somewhere in Neverland, and it did well, but then Hopeless Records blocked everything, so kind of got wrecked there. All right. And that's pretty much all I know for that song. Although I guess the verse and the chorus is the same, but we only have 9 minutes left, so I want to try to keep it brief. But your response rate is top notch. Oh, thank you, Finn. I appreciate it. Yeah, actually, you messaged me, and I was actually missed the message, and then you messaged me again, and that's how I saw it. So that's why I said, if I don't respond, just send me a message again, because if it don't respond in 24 hours, I probably forgot about it or I didn't see it. You know, sometimes you accidentally open a message and it turns the notification off. That's kind of what happened there. What are your opinions of people who always rely on tabs? You know, honestly, I think it's fine. Everyone plays a different way. Everybody learns a different way. I mean, some people are playing all the time every day, and some people only play once a week. So don't hate on people on the way they play. If someone needs to only rely on tabs, they can do that. But if you do want to grow, you should try to learn how to play by ear. I mean, if you stay in the same comfort zone for anything, it's not even just for bass, for anything in life, you're not going to grow. So you kind of have to adventure out and, you know, learn different things. Let's see. Yeah, I kind of rediscovered them this year since I forgot about them for a while and found myself enjoying Dirty Work a lot more than I originally did. Yeah, people didn't like Dirty Work, I think just because it was the first time they went to a major label, but like that was my second time going to Hawaii, and I was just had that album on repeat, and I was just jamming out, and I thought it was the right move because it was not super pop punk anymore. It was more pop rock, and I was like, bands need to evolve and grow, but people wanted them to stay pop punk on Hopeless Records forever, but that's not what Hopeless Records is for. Hopeless Records, they always do like record deals with only two albums and an EP usually. But All Time Low has become like the Hopeless Records band. Although I guess they're not on the label anymore, but they were. Do you use any bass pods? What are bass pods? I don't know what that is. If you could explain that. All right. See you, Bianca. Thanks for joining the live stream. I'm actually going to end my stream in 7 minutes, so you're not going to miss anything. But thanks for sticking around. Let's see. Yo, MCR, first show since 2012 tomorrow. I can't go, but I'm super excited. I wanted to go, and I could have gone, but there were no tickets left. It sold out in 3 minutes, so there was no way for me to get that, even though I was waiting like 30 minutes before. Because I wasn't fighting people in LA or California, I was fighting people in the world. You know, people from Mexico were going, like from Canada were going. Let's see. Hey, Dave, thank you for joining, and I'm sorry I don't know any Skillet, but I know some Skrillex. If that makes a difference, even though it's not real bass, but I have 3 different Skrillex arrangements: Bangarang, Scary Monsters, and what is the other one? Kill Everybody? Yeah. I just wanted to say thanks for your bass tabs. I started watching your videos in 2013. They were really helpful as a beginner. Wow, you've been around since 2013. Thank you for staying subscribed since 2013 and still playing bass. You know, a lot of my subscribers before 2014, you know, they're completely inactive. So for you to stick around, that actually means a lot. So thank you. Let's see. Play Dance Dance. Fall Out Boy. I just did a Fall Out Boy song. I just did Where Did the Party Go? So let's try to do something else. Let's see. Just wanted to say thank you for all you do for us on the channel. The fact that you always provide tabs is amazing. Thank you, Ethan. I appreciate the thank you message. I always try to provide as many tabs as I can. I'm redeveloping my tab website so it shows the tuning and everything. So yeah, hopefully I can get that out to you guys soon. Let's see. Skrillex, he's one of those people. Yeah, no. You know, Skrillex used to be in a emo band. He was in the band from first to last, and he used to be like their vocalist and also screamer. So it's kind of weird to see how he went from like screamo to dubstep. But if you listen to his dubstep, you know, it was inspired by like metal breakdowns, and that kind of brought out a whole new genre. You know, he did a lot for that electronic music community. It's pretty cool. They have like an octopedal fuzz, and EQ, all things built into one. Oh, okay. So it's just like one of those multi-effects based pedals. I don't really like multi-effects pedals because I like different effects from different companies. I don't want to have a Boss overdrive, fuzz, chorus, phaser, tuner. I want my way huge green rhino fuzz or distortion. I want my dark glass fuzz. I want my EHX phaser. So I don't like it that way. I like collecting pedals, but for people that don't want to buy a bunch of pedals, like go for the multi-effects pedals. It just makes so much more sense. But for me personally, I like specific pedals by specific vendors. Oh, and by the way, I'm that guy who always relies on tabs, so thank you for the advice. I'll try to get out of my comfort zone. Yeah. It's all right, man. Everyone starts somewhere. I write these tabs out because I write these tabs out because I always wanted someone to have really accurate tabs. When I was growing up, when I was like 14, like I'd look up My Chemical Romance tabs and they were complete shit. And I was like, I know this is wrong. I can do way better than this, but this is still getting upvoted on Ultimate Guitar. It has like 100 votes at all 5 stars. So that's kind of why I'm putting out the tabs, trying to make them as accurate as possible. I know a lot of people like on-screen tabs, so I'm sorry I am not quite there yet, but I might try to do that next year. We'll see. Do I know Hysteria? Yeah, I do know Hysteria. I guess people requested Hysteria earlier, so I guess that's a good way to end the stream. It's almost 5 o'clock. I've been streaming for over 2 hours now. So, yeah, let's end it with Hysteria. Why not? Let me pull out a jazz bass and a different fuzz pedal. Oopsie. Dang, my jazz bass sounds so good. You know, I was playing an American Fender jazz bass, and I just switched back to this Squire. It just sounds better than my $1,200 bass. That my kind of crazy $300 bass is what I prefer over my $1,200 bass. So I'm probably gonna be selling my American jazz bass soon. Well, let's see. So I'm just a bedroom player. Music is for everyone. However everyone plays is valid. Good luck to you in New Jersey. Yeah, exactly. Everyone plays different. Some people, it's really casual. Some people are really serious. So play however you want. Hello, Shrimp. I am sorry. I'm just ending the stream with a Hysteria cover. And thank you, Finn, for donating again. Dang, I'm glad you were sticking around the whole stream, and I'm glad you can make it in your time zone. Let's see. Oh, yeah. And thank you, Sophia, for being on the stream basically the whole time. I'm glad you enjoyed the live playing and getting questions answered. And then thank you again, Grant. So let's see. All right. So Hysteria, and then I'm going to end the stream. And if there's any other questions, I'll answer them too. So if you have any questions, think of them now. And then I'm going to play some Hysteria. Lols. blames you, Dave. I don't have the stamina either. I don't know how people play whole sets like this. kind of did it. I messed up, but I expected to mess up. Well, yeah, if you want more stamina, you just got to keep practicing, man. Both me and you, Dave, we got to keep practicing because my arm is tired and sweaty after just one song, which is pretty terrible. All right. I actually did miss a lot of questions, even though this is the end of the stream. Awesome stream, awesome guy. Thank you. Good morning, Chris. Good morning. Sorry, I'm just ending the stream if you just joined. I'm from Malaysia. Thanks for all the tabs. I'm happy you enjoy the tabs. Like I said, I'm going to relaunch my tab site as mybassistchris.com. It's not up yet, but I did buy the domain. If you're going to try to steal the domain, don't, because I already have it. My bassist Chris. Let's see. Difference between passive bass and active bass. So active does use a battery. That's the biggest thing. So you're going to be using a battery. So you're going to get an active preamp. So you're going to have more options usually. Like with passive basses, you really only have one tone knob, which is just kind of your treble frequencies or your highs. But with an active bass, you usually have a lot more control over your EQ. You'll have a low, mid, high boost. And a lot of people like it for metal playing. So if you're playing a lot of metal, it sounds really good, really aggressive. So a lot of slap players, they like to use it. Personally, actually, I prefer to use passive basses. I just like the sound of a passive bass. It's just so much easier to dial in. It's just volume and tone. But with active, you have a lot more options to shape your tone, and some people really like that. Personally, I don't care for it, but it's all preference. I played an active bass for like 4 years, and I initially loved it, and then I got a passive bass, and I was like, I actually prefer this. Let's see. Pat, you still have the Squire Jazz. I thought you had a sick-looking American Performer Jazz. Yeah, I do have the American Performer Jazz, but I prefer this bass. As much as I hate to say it, I prefer the tone of this bass over my $1,200 bass. It's a quarter, more like a fourth of the cost. And, sorry, a quarter and the fourth are the same thing. I meant to say a third of the cost. And I prefer it over my American Performer. I'm probably going to sell my American Performer. So if you want it, Pat, it's for sale. Would you recommend the Squire Jazz bass? I have a Pete Wens model. Got it 3 months before it's discontinued. I've been thinking about getting another as a backup different tone. If you have the Squire Pete Wens model, you should probably consider upgrading to a better bass. You know, initially you'll start off with the Squire, but if you want another bass, I'd recommend trying to get the Fender PJ bass. Fender PJ Mustang. It lists for $575, but on the lot for the holidays, I saw it listing at $475. So if you're gonna get a bass, try to get that Fender PJ Mustang bass because it's really popular right now. And there's like 12 different colors of that bass. It's insane. Chicago Music Exchange has 6 exclusive finishes. Like if I were getting a bass mid-level, I'd get one of those like Sherwood Green PJ Mustang basses. Let's see. Squire is fantastic. Yeah, Squire really stepped up their game. It's really great. But what I would say is Harley Benton is the new like affordable bass king from what I've seen. Everyone is raving about Harley Benton basses. So if you're looking for something really cheap, check those out. Let's see. Way better than the first cover, Hysteria with a Pick. Oh, thanks for ripping on me. Yeah, no, that cover is pretty bad. And the Dark Glass does it pretty well. I was using an overdrive in that cover, so using the fuzz makes a difference. So I'm going to do another cover of Hysteria soon, early next year. I'm going to try. Let's see. Sick Bro, thanks for taking the request. Yeah, happy to do that Hysteria cover. So, all right, see ya, Ethan. Thank you again for joining. Let's see. I hope you stream again. Well, based on this one, it looks like I probably will stream again, but I'll keep you guys posted on Instagram and all that. Greetings from Manila, Philippines. Oh, thank you for joining the stream. I just, I'm ending it, SB. Sorry. Do you get your basses set up? Thanks for the stream. I do. Well, I set them up myself, not very well, but I mean, all you need to do is you get a wrench or screw here, and you can adjust the neck, and then I just adjust the bridge, and then I clean up the neck a little bit, and that's pretty much all I do. So basically, I try to make sure the intonation is correct by making sure the open string and the 15th fret are in tune. I guess I could do a really quick setup on how to set up your basses. I mean, I'm not a professional, and I'm not doing it at the professional level, but I do it good enough for myself. Like, because sometimes I'll get a bass in and I'll play the 12th fret and it's not in tune, and I'm like, all right, well, I have to set it up. But sometimes you get lucky and they come set up. Heck yeah, Fender PJ Mustang is sick. Yeah, seriously, that Fender PJ Mustang is hell of a deal, and it sounds really great for a short scale. Like, when you hear it, you don't really think it sounds that much like a short scale. Can you do more 1975? Waiting for their new album to come out, Barry. So once their new album comes out, I will maybe try to do a top 10 1975 cover, or if they have any really good bass lines, we'll see how it is. All right, have a good night, brother. Good to meet you. Yeah, thanks again, Dave, for coming in the stream. All right. Thanks, guys. So, yeah, if you have any other follow-up questions for me, always feel free to message me on Instagram or Facebook. So, yeah, see you guys, and have a good night or good morning for some of you.